The Atlanta Falcons just didn't beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. They made the reigning MVP look ordinary. And behind it all, one man named Jeff Ulbrich. What this Falcons defense did wasn't an accident. It wasn't luck. It was the product of a system, a culture, and a vision that Ulbrich has been quietly building since he took over. And after what we saw on Monday night, I'll say it. Jeff Ulbrich is the best coach in the NFL. I'm telling you, you can tweet me, you can write in the comments. He is the best coach in the NFL right now. And in this video, I'm breaking down why exactly he is the best, from the secondary lockdown play to the pressure schemes that rattle Josh Allen to the stats that prove his defense is real. And finally, I'll show you why Ulbrich's long-term vision could change the Falcons' future for years to come. Now we first have to give shout out to the secondary in the game against Josh Allen, because Atlanta's defensive backs swarmed the ball all night long. Now, the Falcons forced 5 incompletions, grabbed 2 interceptions, and completely took away Buffalo's deep passing game. Now, D. Alford, shout out to D. Alford, was lights out, posting a 90.6 Pro Football Focus coverage grade, which was the highest on the team. He played with confidence. He played with anticipation. He played with aggression that set the tone for everyone else. And A.J. Terrell locked in. He just allowed 2 catches for 8 yards while knocking away 2 passes. Now, I want to give shout out to the scheme and the confidence that Jeff Ulbrich had on allowing those guys to play in space, but allowing them to lock down opposing teams' wide receivers, because he blitzed a lot and he trusted on them, and that trust was repaid with shutting down Buffalo's attack passing game for the entire game. Now, I will say this. This play by these 2 corners wasn't just solid. We were all 3. It wasn't just solid. It was an absolute shutdown. And here's why it matters. When you trust in your corners to hold their ground, it gives you the freedom to unleash everything else. And that's exactly what Ulbrich did. He trusted their guys to hold up on their matchups, the one-on-one matchups, and that in turn let him open up the playbook and attack Josh Allen in ways we haven't seen this season. Now, second thing I want to talk about on why Ulbrich is the best coach in the NFL, he pressures without superstars. Now, this is where the Ulbrich brilliance really shines, because the Falcons didn't need a superstar edge rusher to take over the game. Instead, they built pressure as a unit. Now, Atlanta finished with 24 pressures on Josh Allen, one of the highest totals in the last 2 years. And get this, not one player carried the load. Instead, it was absolutely balanced. Rukororo, Jalon Walker, Caden Ellis, and David Onyemata, each of them tallied at least 3 pressures. And that doesn't happen by accident. That's coaching. That's teaching every player their role in a scheme. So that pressure basically comes from everywhere. And you can't get double teamed, or you can't double team everyone when this whole defensive line is firing off the snap. And the results are, Allen was nearly pressured on nearly half of his dropbacks. And when he was under the heat, he went 4 for 9 for 42 yards. He threw 2 interceptions and he looked completely uncomfortable. The reigning MVP was reduced to looking like a rookie last night. And that's the beauty of the Ulbrich defense. It doesn't matter if you're a first-round pick or an undrafted guy. When you buy into the system, you will make an impact. Now, a lot of people are saying, you're hyping up Ulbrich, but I want to tell you this. The numbers don't lie. And if you're still thinking that this was just one game and the Falcons are just good, this, that, and the other because of one game, think again. The Falcons defense has been elite all season. Now, through 6 weeks, number one, Atlanta has the number one defense in terms of what they've given up. But for those who don't like that stat because this, that, and the other, I'll give you some more advanced stats. Atlanta ranks 6th in EPA per play allowed, 5th in yards per play allowed, and most impressively, they are the only team in the NFL to hold every opponent that they've played under 300 total yards of offense. Now, this is in an era where offenses are exploding for 400-plus yard games. Ulbrich makes this defense look like it's an elite top-tier team. And here's the wild part. This isn't happening because of a roster full of all-pros. Outside of Divine Diablo, not a single Falcon defender has had a PFF grade above 72. That means that this isn't about just one or two stars carrying the defensive scheme. This is a system. And it's about Jeff Ulbrich coaching up and scheming and showcasing that everyone needs to trust the scheme and the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And that's why the stats don't suggest success. They prove it. Now, Ulbrich's vision going forward. Now, this is what separates him from many other defensive minds long term. Right now, the Falcons are blitzing more than anyone in the NFL. Over 41% of opponent dropbacks, they're blitzing. Now, it's aggressive, it's risky, but it works because Ulbrich has tailored it to the right personnel that he has right now. But here's the fascinating part. Ulbrich has said it himself. I don't want to be a big pressure team. His end goal, to get his defense to a place where the front four can dominate consistently, freeing up the secondary to disguise and confuse the quarterbacks. And that's the difference between a coach who's just scheming for the week and a coach who's building a sustainable championship caliber system. Ulbrich adapts to what he has today, but he's always planning for tomorrow. And he knows once rookies like James Pearce Jr. and Jalon Walker develop further, Atlanta can evolve into a defense that wins with its front four while playing chess in the secondary. And that's the kind of forward thinking that turns a good unit into a dynasty. Now, last thing we have to talk about the statement game against the Buffalo Bills. Now, all season, critics have said this. Yeah, the Falcons defense looks good, but they haven't faced an elite quarterback yet. Well, that narrative just died. They faced Josh Allen, the reigning MVP, one of the most dangerous QBs in football, and they flat out shut him down. Buffalo, a top 5 offense, scored just 14 points, their lowest output in 19 games. Allen threw 2 interceptions, was sacked 4 times, and finished with one of the lowest completion percentages in years. And it wasn't just the turnover or the sacks. It was the way Atlanta dictated the game. They forced Buffalo into 4 separate 3-and-outs. They disguised their coverages. They hit Allen all over the field over and over again until he started forcing throws. I will say this. This wasn't a fluke. This was a blueprint. Ulbrich's system held one of the NFL juggernaut offenses to under 300 yards of total offense, something no other team has done this season. I will say this. This is a statement, not just for the Falcons, but for the entire league. It says, this defense is for real, and the man behind it, Jeff Ulbrich, isn't playing around. So when I say Jeff Ulbrich is the best coach in the NFL right now, I absolutely mean it. He's taken a defense without a big-name superstar and turned them into one of the most feared units in football. He's proving that with the right scheme, culture, and vision, you don't need a roster full of Pro Bowlers. You need buy-in, discipline, and coaching. And here's the scary part for the rest of the league. They're only going to get better and better. They're starting 4 rookies on the defense. Imagine if those guys continue to get experience and continue to learn how the NFL is. It's going to be a scary sight. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Jeff Ulbrich deserves to be called the best coach in the NFL right now? Or do you think it's too early to crown him? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. And like always, peace.